Hey everyone, Josh here with a look at another Star Wars toy. And today we're going to unbox a 6-inch Black Series. This is the Bounty Hunter Dengar from The Empire Strikes Back. So let's go unbox this guy. Alright everyone, here we are with Dengar from The Empire Strikes Back. And of course he is one of the bounty hunters from the famous scene in Empire Strikes Back. And we're going to unbox this guy today, but let's take a quick look at the packaging here. I'll spin it around so you guys can see everything. And he is number 74 in the Black Series line. And of course you have the artwork and a very quick character description. I'll go ahead and read that. Dengar, crude and slovenly, Dengar was nonetheless an effective bounty hunter. While some hunters pride themselves on finesse and style, Dengar preferred firepower and destruction. Okay, so let's cut into this guy. I'm really like that artwork of him on the side too. That looks really good. So let's cut this thing open. I've been dying to get my hands on this figure ever since I bought it. So very nice. I'm already liking all the accessories, the backpack, everything. So let's go ahead and pop him out of here. Of course, we have his rifle and a pistol and a very detailed backpack. A lot going on there. We'll check it out here in a second, but let's come on, guy. Let's get Dengar out of there. And here he is. He's a pretty heavy figure too. He's thick, thicker than your normal Star Wars character, I guess. And of course, the first thing you're going to notice is the body armor, and it's very cool looking. I like it. And then, of course, you have the bandages on the heads. A very good face sculpt. Let's see if I can get him a little bit closer to the camera here. And you can see the scarring on his face. And what I'm already starting to wonder is it kind of looks like you can pull the bandages off of his head. Maybe? No? Okay, so but real quick here, let's run through Dengar's movements. So we have, of course, head rotation, a little bit of up and down wiggle, and that's because you have the costume hitting on the armor. You can see how his chest, the plate on his chest sticks out really far, so it's kind of limiting the head movement. And then we're going to have up and down movement on the shoulders. And you should have round and round. And very good. They made it so the shoulder plate, not very much, but you can see it goes under his chest plating there. So you don't have it hitting and restricting movement. And that's good. And then, let's see here. Elbow rotation and up and down. You have a rotation at the wrist and a up and down as well. Back and forth at the wrist. And then let's look at his torso here, and you can see you have a little bit of back and forth, and you can see they hid the articulation point under where the armor plating is, and then he should have a rotation as well. There you go, very nice. And then down here at the legs, trying to see if this belt is actually molded onto the figure, and it's not, but it's not molded on, it's loose, but it also feels like it's glued on here at the front. So that is not removable. And then on his legs here, you should have forward, and that's all the backwards you have, but then you have side to side like this. And then it's pretty well hidden behind his armor, but you can see there's another point where you can rotate his leg right here at the upper part of his thigh. And then you're going to have knee movement and no rotation though. And then you should have up and down on the ankle and a rotation. There you go. And some interesting looking shoes he's wearing. Of course, you know, these guys appear so briefly on screen, you don't get to a really good look at their costumes sometimes. It almost looks like he's wearing slippers with battle armor, so that's interesting. Let's check him out here and see how he interacts with these accessories. So the first thing you have is his little pistol here. And you can see there's a lot of detailing on it, but it's only one color. And so as you can see here on his belt, he does have a holster. And it looks like this thing should slide right in there. Very cool. So that's how the holster works. Nice fit, good and tight, it's not coming out. And when you're ready to pull it out, it comes right out without a bunch of fighting it. So, and then so my assumption is I'm going to run with that he takes the blaster in this hand due to the holster being on this side. But here you can see it fits right in his hand. It's a very good fit. And of course you got the trigger finger that lines up with the trigger guard, so that's very good, and it's in there nice and tight. It's not coming out. That's what you want to see. Good accessory made up. And then if you want, I'm pretty sure just looking at his hand sculpts that it's going to fit in either hand, but you can see the difference in when they have the trigger finger working and when they don't. So it just looks better in this hand because you have, it's just, it's the way it's designed. But see, just to show you, you can see the, go ahead and holster this bad boy back up. You can see the difference in his hand sculpts, how on this hand he has more of a trigger finger out versus it's out a little bit on this one, but it's more prominent on this hand. But we have another blaster to go through, and so you have his rifle, and I'm just trying to see if this bipod comes out, but it doesn't. It's locked into position. It's molded into position. But there you can see his rifle. Very nice, though. But yeah, the bipod is molded in. It's not coming out, or it's not moving. Unfortunately, that would have been a cool feature. All right, so let's see how this, I'm going to go ahead and try. Yeah, I think he's only meant to hold really one gun at a time. You can see he holds it in this hand, but it's not, yeah, it's kind of loose. And again, you don't have the trigger finger lining up, anything like that. But he does hold it. Yeah, see how it just popped out on me there. So, yeah, not so much. Not really for holding that. I think that's maybe for holding under the barrel. But let's see how he lines up in this other hand here. That's interesting. Okay, it's not a perfect, really. I saw online where another collector was posting that there's different variants of his gun, and I'm wondering if that's why, because you can see that it's really not mating up with his hand all that well. I mean, it looks okay, but it could be better. But it's in there, tighter than the other hand. But there you go. Because what I'm thinking is that the reason his other hand doesn't do that is so you can do stuff like this. Or here, we'll put it. There you go. So he can hold the rifle with two hands. But that looks pretty cool, though. But still, you see how the trigger finger isn't really mating up all that well. All right, so let's check out this backpack. And it does have a lot going on here, a lot of detailing, multicolored. You can see we got some like brown strapping that goes around. I'm trying to see if any of this stuff moves or interacts with Dengar. And I'm not totally sure why these straps are loose. We'll mate it up here and see what's going on. But you can see you have some kind of circular item in the center here. You got this, just what looks like a sleeping bag or something on the top. I don't know, something for him to sleep in maybe. But I don't know, I'm expecting to see some moving parts or something here, but nothing. It's all locked, molded into place. The only thing that's loose is these straps, and I have a feeling they're going to connect to him somehow. So let's go ahead and mate it up and see what happens here. I'm trying to look and see where these straps. Okay, you can see. I'm going to go ahead and take the gun out of his hand for now so we can interact with him a little more. You can see there's these little tabs in his armor right about where my fingers point. It's kind of hard to see because it's like tucked under his armor. But there's little tabs here. I think this is where you're going to mate these straps up. And you can see how this is the hole for putting the backpack in. You can see how they cut it out in a funny shape. And that's to make sure you put it in the right, facing the right direction every time. As I guess these straps have to mate up. So it goes in like that. And I'm trying to see how these straps are going to go in here. Okay, they have a little tab on his body here where it looks like you're supposed to plug this strap in, but it's not really sticking. So I guess you can just kind of tuck it under the armor a little bit. But you can see that's what it's supposed to do, but it's not really doing it. So yeah, it looks like if you look right here at the tip of the knife, you'll see there's like a little hole, and it's not very deep, and then you have this little tab on the strap that's supposed to plug in there, but again, it's just not sticking. It just seems like the hole that you're supposed to plug it into is not really deep enough. And again, I may have a bad mold on this figure, but I mean, it's staying in place because it tucks under his plate here. It's just not plugging into his body like I think it's designed to. And then what do we have on the other side here? Same thing. You can see there's a little tiny tab on his body right under his shoulder there. And I think these straps are supposed to plug in there, and they're just not. Unfortunately, it's just a bad design. It didn't come out real well, but can't win them all. But there you go. That's what it looks like with the backpack on. And yeah, you can see, man, I wish these straps worked a little better. That's a shame. But at least they're not flopping around loose and everything. I mean, they're in position. They're just not clicking in the little slots like you'd like to see. But all right, now let's get him holding this gun again. Yeah. All right. There he goes. Yeah, you're not really going to have a problem getting a Black Series figure to stand. All right, guys, there he is from your 6-inch Black Series line. This is the Bounty Hunter Dengar from the Empire Strikes Back. And I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. And if you are, please subscribe to the channel. We would love to have your support. And again, thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.